Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Z and B Live. Your unfiltered Lego podcast.
I didn't hear any music.
That was on purpose.
Oh.
I've had it unrouted during, when was the last thing? Oh, the last thing you and I did. I unrouted everything so you weren't bombarded with stuff.
Yes.
Just
so
in case.
I was waiting for the music to kick in, and then it was just the constant drip of a hype horn, which is what was carrying me through the whole thing.
That's fine. That's all you need are the hype horns. That should be enough. I walk around with my own little hype horn button in my pocket.
I know you do.
It's fine. It's just every once in a while you just gotta, like, I go to Starbucks and I was like, hey, are the PSLs out? Yes, they are. Scares the absolute crap out of my barista. By the way, pro tip, the PSLs are not like the best thing on the menu during this time of year. You need the pumpkin cream chai. That is the go-to at the Bucks during this time of year. It is a great time of year too, man. We've had the windows open, the crickets are out at night. You know what I mean? It's got a good breeze. Friday night, it's going to be like in the 60s, like the low 60s or something like that. I'm going to the drive-in to go see a movie you've never seen before in your life, Jaws. So excited. I'm so excited.
I'm taking a 4-hour round trip drive to the warehouse in New Hampshire to pick up books for the holidays. So although it's not like being stationary in the car, I'll be in the car for the same amount of time. I could listen to Jaws, the whole thing actually, and maybe more.
You should. Wait, are you driving? Or you?
Yeah, I'm driving.
You're doing the driving?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, then you can't. Well, you got to watch Jaws. We are booking a night. You and I were booking a night when you actually have time. Okay, and I know I don't know when that's gonna be.
In 2028.
It might be 2020. I'm hoping to squeeze in some time in 27. Like, I'm hoping that we get a little bit of time in 2027. But I'm going to be booking a time with you, and I'm going to be holding your hand through Jaws. Like, we're going to watch that together for your first time. We're watching that together. I'll be so happy about the dentist movie. The dentist movie.
I could go see it at one of the largest and like most crispy IMAX theaters in the world, which is like not too far from me. But
excuse me, why would you not do that?
I just, sometimes you just wake up and you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Listen, you have the hour and 45 minutes you need. You have it somewhere in your world on that calendar on the wall. I can see it from here. There's a little sliver right there at that last week, one spot over. I can see it. There's an empty spot right there. I can see it right there. It's in between a magenta tag and a blue tag or something. It's right there. I can see it. Bottom row, 4 slots over.
That's for December.
That's fine. It's December.
I've been requested to watch the K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. That's the newest thing.
Dude, I got to tell you. I've seen
I've
seen that movie at least 17 times at this point. I
don't get it. All
right. I love that movie. I can't get enough of it, dude. I don't know what it is, man. The music in it is great. Like literally our like in our list of stuff right here, I literally put a little cheeky, tag in our list of topics that, like, it's not about that, but I wanted people to read our tags thinking we were going to talk about Demon Hunters in here because of the golden tag. It's just, oh, it's so good. It's so, by the end of it, you just get goosebumps. You're just pumped. You're ready to take on the world. It's so good. It's such a good movie, man. And somebody at Sony who's passed on it, sold the rights, that it was going to be trash, sold the rights to Netflix. That poor turd, whoever did that is just like fired probably. But man, either that or losing sleep over it. But it's a fun time. It's a fun movie. I'm personally now with Lego's relationship with Netflix, I'm like, where are the sets? I want a derpy tiger like you wouldn't believe, man. Like, give me a derpy tiger build with a little pink flower on the end. Like, just give it to me. That's what I want. Give it to me for Christmas. Please, 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 and thank you. I think they've already talked about doing a season 2. So, like, time-wise, let's move it.
Season 2 or another movie?
It's another movie. Right?
You said season 2.
Season 2. Movie 2. Whatever. Movie 2.
Wow.
Whatever. 2. Second movie. Whatever you may be. 2. Anyway.
Oh, this was the thing, actually. Oh man, at going into Brick Slopes, Cody was doing a lot of like the announcements for stuff, and he would do this.
Oh, the heart thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? And then I got like publicly shamed for not knowing what this is.
Wait, when did Bricks O'Brien become a boomer that doesn't know what that is? Like, he has officially joined the boomer squad. Look at this guy. We always knew you had a boomer soul.
I'm used to this or this. This is new.
It's all of those are still accurate too. People still use all those.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Hey, speaking of Brick Slopes, Bricks O'Brien was a keynote speaker at Brick Slopes.
Excuse me. I was not a keynote speaker. I was the keynote speaker.
My bad. Brian, tell me a little bit about your Brick Slopes trip.
Yeah, man. Well, this was in the works for a little while of me being a keynote speaker at this convention. Some of these Lego conventions have a keynote, some don't. And, I have obviously been around the Lego community for a long time. And I've known Cody and Brian and a lot of the people at Brick Slopes for a long time. So when it came up as like a thing, I said, hey, I'd be more than happy to throw my name in the ring to do that sort of thing. And they said, yeah. So not only was I there as a keynote speaker, but obviously be me and do all that, participate in the games and do whatever, but also have a booth for Pro Gamers Guide. So we had a presence with the books and the mosaic and all that stuff too. So it was a full-fledged convention experience. First time in Utah, first time at Brick Slopes. And what I was expecting going into it was not what I got out of it. I knew it was a very a much different scale compared to what I'm used to at like Brick World Chicago, what you would be used to as well. Just because it's Utah, right? It's not more New York or LA, whatever. And first of all, with the crowd, a lot of people are very local, which I was very surprised about.
Really?
A lot of the people that go to Chicago, they fly from all wherever. Even if you hosted a Lego convention here, most people be flying out from here and there. Not a lot of big presence around where I'm at. But there, I ran into multiple people that were like, I live 10 minutes away. And it's like, and while I was doing my keynote speech, I was like, who here has flown the furthest? And one dude said Maryland. And I'm like, well, I'm from Boston, so I got you beat. So I've flown the farthest. Okay, cool. So it was super interesting in that way. So when it came to the keynote speech itself, when you're doing a keynote, for those that have never done it or don't know, you're not supposed to necessarily be like, hey, this is what I do. This is how I got my comeuppance. And, it's not your show off time. The point of a keynote is to embody the spirit of the convention and present it, like basically tee it up for all the people that are about to embark on the activities of the convention, right? So I've known about Brick Slopes for a long time, been in the Lego community a long time, going a bunch of different conventions. Some people, they've never been to any other Lego convention, right? So this is what they know. And so I came at it from an angle of, me being me. Yes, this is all the lifetime views I have. This is all the stuff that we've done. And as I was actually explaining that and what the community and everything meant to me, my iPad that I had was not working with the HDMI connection. So the screen was flickering as I was going through my slides. People couldn't look at whatever I was presenting. So we stopped in the middle, and Cody and the team do an incredible job of giving out just bucket loads of free Lego. When they say you will walk away with more value of Lego than it cost for your ticket, that is the truth. I walked away with hundreds of dollars worth of stuff that I was not expecting, just from them giving away stuff randomly. And there was no bias for me being a keynote speaker. I actually got less than a lot of people. So there's that. And so the iPad's flickering and doing whatever. So I say, forget about it, unplug it. And I go off of my slides that I have, but I vocally go throughout the entire keynote. And the gist of it was that just because I'm a creator, just because you may have built a crazy mock that is up for awards and doing whatever, everybody who is at the convention has the ability and does add so much more to this experience than I think a lot of people give credit to. Every single interaction you can have, story you can share, all of that is what makes gatherings in real life special, and what makes Brick Slope special in the face of us coming out of lockdown. And, now AI is a thing, and the disingenuous nature of communication, being face to face with people and sharing who you are, is at the core of what makes Brick Slope special. And all of that happened. And I'm like, okay, great, cool. For the next 2 days, and this is not me tooting my own horn, this is objective. It was unanimous, continuous praise all day, Saturday and Sunday, because of how deeply that resonated with so many people. I fully understood the mission and what it was all about, and it came from a truthful place. And I think the fact that my slides messed up played into my favor, because people are like, "Oh, he actually knows what." Wow, this is really impressive. I could talk.
You weren't just reading slides. Yeah.
No, but like I wasn't even. I was barely looking at the slides. I was doing basically like a TED talk, and y'all know I can talk about nothing for hours. So it was just like doing a live stream or a podcast, right? So, very well spoken, very whatever. And not only that, there were a lot of people that I got to know on a much closer level that I was not anticipating by a long shot, and made a lot more meaningful connections at this convention specifically than I have at any other convention, Lego or otherwise. So was it something going into it? Is it gangbuster sales for the books and all that? And like, oh, am I going to get that? No. But like the roots went way deeper and way more interesting in terms of just things that open up because of that. So now, for me at least, I can add keynote speaker to another one of the infinite things I do, because I guess I got really good feedback out of it. So here we go. There's another thing.
There you go. I've heard that with this particular convention over the last couple of years, that I've heard some of the people that continue to go to Brick World in Chicago, they say it's just gotten too big. There's too many people. I have a hard time making those types of connections like I used to be able to make. And then on the flip, I hear people talk about Brick Slopes and how they go to Utah, it's more intimate, and they're able to have these types of opportunities to get to know people where you don't feel like you're being pulled in 30 different directions the entire weekend. Like, you've got time to commit to a few meaningful conversations and stuff like that.
Let me put it to you this way. There were multiple times where I would be, and maybe this is me being keynote O'Brien, but I'll be in front of the convention hall. I know it was a really bad one. Now in front of the convention hall, and somebody will pull up and be like, "Do you need a ride?" I'm like, "Yeah, to the hotel." Like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Get in my car." I don't even know who they are.
Sir, how many times do I have to tell you to stay away from the unmarked white van that says free candy on the side?
Literally during Cody's closing ceremony, he's like, "Yeah, if anybody needs a ride to the airport, just let one of us know. We'll take care of you." Like that just doesn't happen anywhere else. And it is attributed to being a very tight-knit community. It's that, hospitality, it's the welcoming nature of it. And as more people go, will that be able to be maintained? Who knows? But it stuck this year. So it was just a really interesting experience. And I look forward to going back in the future for sure.
I wonder if, I have never really had that conversation with Cody, like when I've met, hung out with him at Brick World and stuff like that. Like why Utah was selected. Is he local to Utah?
Yes.
Okay, so that would make sense. Okay, now it makes sense. I just didn't know if strategically the location would help keep it small.
It's Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, that area. And by the way, the area that it's in, it's definitely like right outside of Salt Lake. It's suburban. I don't know if they would call it suburban. It's suburban. And like it's the most beautiful convention center I've ever seen. It's small, but and it's got the mountains behind it. It looks like this is a painting. It's really cool compared to what we have here and really anywhere else.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was on my list of things to do this year, and life things kind of got in the way, almost kind of like they did with Brick World Chicago. I just wasn't able to commit to it. So I'm hoping that maybe down the road there might be opportunities to visit Brick Slopes. I actually have family that live there now, like that moved there this year. So I was actually looking forward to going this year because they live there. And I was like, I could do both. And just schedule wise, it just didn't work out. But it's interesting. Every time somebody new goes to Brick Slopes, this is the response. This is how they come home. Is saying, like, singing all the praises of not the overwhelming and just extravagant nature of a Brick World, but like that intimate feeling and I guess quality networking, quality conversations, quality people time over quantity that you get with some of these other larger conventions like that. Not taking away from those, but like that's what if you're going into it, that's probably what you're going to walk away with as well. And it's really cool. I like that a lot. I was hoping that we would just get your 50-minute TED Talk this show and have you just keynote the whole thing, and then we wouldn't talk about any Lego news. But no,
it is recorded at some point, or it'll be available at some point, at least to my knowledge. So it was recorded though.
There you go. But no pictures apparently, like I was looking for earlier.
No, I was on stage. I'm not gonna get a picture. I'll try to reach out to some folks and get some pictures. I know they were definitely phones out for sure. So
the counterpart to a more intimate setting of Brick Slopes is the extraordinary setting of the Brick World Chicago convention that takes place June 20th and 21st of 2026. And boy, I tell you what, I was yelling from the top of my lungs Tuesday about this. I got, right before I went live, I heard that they announced that tickets for Brick World were going to go on sale September 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I was like, no, of all the times to make that stuff available, you're going to do it at one of the most expensive Lego release months on the calendar. It's just the timing could not be worse for a lot of people right now for those tickets to go on sale, which I had to be reminded that these tickets are actually going on sale a little bit later than what they even did last year. Last year, I remember we all kind of felt like the tickets were on sale really, really early. and at least this year it's been moved a couple weeks into now that first week of September. But boy, I tell you what, with everything scheduled around it in that same market, right? With all, I mean, it's your Lego fans, your AFOLs, your people that live and breathe this world. You have a massive amount of expensive sets coming out in September, and you're going to now add that to your overall budget all of a sudden, with a week's notice. Are you planning on drop like out of the gate September 4th, snagging hotel and tickets, or you gonna pump the brakes a little bit and wait a little bit longer and roll the dice and hope you still get the hotel that you want?
I am not in a position to do any of that right now.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's just like how my life goes, and I think yours goes too. You don't know what's happening up until the minute of it. I think in a perfect world, I am able to commit to doing like a brick world 1 year, and then the next year it slopes and kind of rotate between the two of like a one that I go to every year. And I think $130 for the ticket. The ticket isn't the big deal. It's the everything else. It's the hotel. It's the flight. It's the food. It's, for any of these. And yeah, 130 is definitely not nothing. But for what you get for 5 days and access to the hall, you got all this. It's going to be great. And then apparently by that time, next year, they're going to have a new venue open for like restaurants with the go-karting, and there will be more stuff to do there than ever before. And the mocks and the content and obviously everything else will be there too. So I am not, it will not be on my radar until March of 2026. And then that'll be that. So that is just me personally though.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not going to be looking at this. The late registration, I think, starts after April or something like that, or in April. So you have time on the actual like discounted registration. The issue is the hotel, like, because you really want to be at that hotel if possible. And those rooms do sell out quick. But boy, I tell you, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not in a position to do so. I don't even know where I'm going to be in April, or I'm sorry, in June next year. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't commit to that right now. And it's just hitting at a rough time financially. If you're already thinking Lego stuff in September, it's hitting at a really bad time to even drop that amount of money when sets and whatnot are coming out. But then you have a lot of other stuff happening right now in the world with interesting things with tariffs and pricing going up on a lot of the stuff we're importing and stuff like that. And it's getting rough out there to buy some of the things you want to buy. So some of these extra things got to start maybe you got to start really juggling and deciding what you're going to go after and what you're not going to go after. So I don't know about anybody else out in our live Twitch audience, which you can join us when we are live on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can join us here on Twitch and you can participate in the conversation and then hang out with us for a little bit for the post show if you would like to do so. And we'd like to hear from our Twitch audience, or if you're watching us on YouTube later, leave a comment and let us know if you're planning on getting those tickets when they go on sale on September 4th. I'm not going to, Brian's not going to, maybe down the road we will, but I'm looking forward to hearing what other people have to say about it. Brick World's a cool spot. It's a cool place, and there's a lot going on. I'm curious how it all works out with like the new entertainment package that they have going on there and the go-karting thing. Is everybody just going to revert back to just the hotel lobby anyway? Or are they going to go experience all these other things? Or there's so much obviously going on in the hall itself. The attendees, especially the people that are exhibiting, like they ain't got time for any of that entertainment package stuff. They're busy. Like they are locked in. They are putting stuff together. They are like up until those doors open for the public, man. They are locked and loaded. And, it's going to be interesting to see who's able to actually take advantage of some of these entertainment packages and stuff like that they have there. So be curious to see.
I think it depends on what you want out of this experience. Are you going there to display and have it be seen by the most amount of public? Are you going as a means to hang out with your friends that you know from online? Like what are you really trying to get out of it? And everybody has a different answer. I have a different answer. I have a totally different answer than most other people, right? So you can have the gathering of a Lego convention experience at Brick Fair, Virginia. It can be at Chicago. It can be at Brick Slopes. You just got to agree with like your half dozen people where you're going to go, and then you go, right? So if it's you, me, and a more, let's say it Slopes next year, and then who can we, rally to hang out at the Hyatt until 2:00 in the morning,
right?
While trying to watching Cody get a massage by Crystal Star in a chair as he's like that, like. It happens, so we'll see.
Those are the moments you live for.
He was knocked. He was like, because he's running the show basically and doing all the hosting.
To be fair, this dude, I've seen this dude knocked out at Brick World too, and he's not running the show
for different reasons.
Yeah.
So yes, but yes, it was the thing.
Love that dude. I actually just reached out to him about getting some of my sig figs done up for TwitchCon coming up. I mean, there's a whole other convention that's coming up that you got to spend money on and be ready to rock and roll for, right? So it never ends. It's just one thing after another after another. Speaking of never ending, it seems like the Lego release calendar is just always churning, always burning, and burning holes in our wallets, and no shortage of new stuff coming out here in September. I mean, like literally in the 11th hour, they're releasing new sets for us. One of them being the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory set, an ideas set. I remember seeing this ideas submission going, yeah, like I wasn't like overly, I liked the Gene Wilder Wonka when I was a kid. I think it's still adorable today. But the set itself personally didn't do anything for me. And now this idea set where Lego finessed it a little bit kind of did the same thing. Like it really is not doing a whole lot for me. And thankfully, because I get to save my money. And I think in, with what we have going on right now with the amount of Lego coming out, we got hit hard in August. And we're getting hit hard again in September. October's not going to be light on the wallets either, especially if you consider some of the larger sets that are supposed to be coming out in October. But Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, $219.99 US, coming out September 18th. 9 minifigures total, 2,025 pieces. The boat is cute. I like it. It kind of, you talk about mocks and stuff like that at Brick Slopes and at Brick World. Like that's kind of what it reminded me of. It reminded me of kind of like a hodgepodgey type of mock that you would find at one of those conventions. Again, not taking away from it. It's just kind of, it didn't have the refined sleekness that I feel like I've been known to see with Lego from time to time. It has a more rough look to it, which is fine. Like sometimes Lego is still nice that way, where you get that vibe from it. Still feels like a toy. It's got a, chocolate waterfall play feature associated with it. The minifigs look fantastic. Like I can't knock the set for what it is doing. It's doing what it is. What it's doing is done very well, but not for me. Like at $220, it's not for me.
Yeah. 220 is a lot. I don't really have any constructive opinion on it.
It's a nice diorama set. Like again, it's just it's I said this before. I feel like in September, I don't know. I feel like this set, again, calendar wise, like they could release this whenever. You release this maybe in December, you might have a better shot. And I mean, they get it out early and it's on the shelf in December, then people can buy it, right? But I feel like it's just going to there's so much other stuff happening in September, in October, and in November that I feel like this is going to start getting really lost in the overall, like what we have going on with it. But again, plus side, these minifigs, if anything, I want to reach out to some of my, Lego resellers and hey, when this comes in, I don't care about the pieces. I want the minifigs. If you can get me the minifigs, I will pay you for the minifig, because that's what I want. I look at these minifigs and I'm like, yo, these minifigs are dope. They're amazing. Yeah, they left some stuff out. Like, I would love to have seen a giant, like, big fig version of what's her name that turns into the blueberry. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to have seen that.
Salt.
Not Veruca. She's the spoiled one.
All right.
Girl in the blue dress. I can't. Whatever her name just.
So they kind of did that with
Violet. Thank you. Violet.
What's her face in the Harry Potter set? They made
the ant or whatever, right? Where they had her blow. Yeah,
you could have totally done that, made her look like a blueberry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there were some moments that they had available to them, and they just, they kind of chose not to. Mike TV looks great. Charlie is, for what he is, it's a plain shirt, plain pants. I mean, that's the whole point. He's poor. Like, he's not going to have a lot of stuff, but everybody else is they're absolutely killing it with everything else on this set. Again, it's just not for me. And that's good. Like, I'm proud of myself, Brian, that I can finally sit and look at sets and go, I don't need every single one. And it's becoming easier the more I see the prices and where they're going. September
220 is real rough, dude.
220 is really rough. And again, this is a September that is, dude, it's loaded with a lot of head scratching prices. Like, a lot of head scratching prices. And I want to get into the next one here, because I feel like we're going to talk about this one for a minute. Worst kept secret that they've had outside of maybe this UCS Death Star that's coming out. We all knew that a Pirates of the Caribbean ship, Pirates of the Caribbean theme, was making a return. We had pretty much heard that it was going to be the Black Pearl. Interestingly enough, they announced this new Lego set from Pirates of the Caribbean, not as the Black Pearl, but as Jack Sparrow's captain. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. And as a matter of fact, there was an interesting nugget from the designer who was responsible for adding the captain in there, because originally Lego was just going to release it as Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. And he said he's got to be called Captain. Like, that's one of the biggest things about that character. It's Captain. But even in this interview, he said he doesn't know the politics of what's going on behind the scenes, but there is something there. Like, so he acknowledged that behind the scenes, there is an issue between Disney and Lego that kept it from being called the Black Pearl. Don't know what it is. Nobody's like, there are definitely things out there you could Google, and it's kind of interesting. I didn't know, but
of the origin of, like, how the Black Pearl became an all black pirate ship and all that.
Yeah. There's stuff. But what's fascinating is that it's still in the movie. It's still in all of the other advertising, all the other things that they release, whatever. But Lego and Disney decided to rename it very much a, Jango Fett Starship, Boba Fett Starship scenario, and call it Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. Now, naming aside, this set is an absolute, from a design and what you get, slam dunk. This set looks beautiful, even if it is all black. The sails are amazing. They're cloth. They have, cannonball holes in them that line up as if a cannonball went through it. It has a great play feature where the cannon doors open up on both sides. If for you city builders out there, you can take the whole bottom half of it off and, like, put it on water level, so it looks like it's actually floating in the water, which is a really neat idea. Something they didn't have to do and chose to do, which I just thought was an interesting thing. Because I mean, you could have just built it with the base and not had it, structurally probably better to not have it, be separated, but they took the time to figure out how to do that, which I thought was a really, really cool idea. The minifigs are spectacular. We are missing a couple that I thought, especially at this price point, we probably should have gotten. The gift with purchase coming with it sucks. Like, it's fine. It's an add-on kind of thing. Had they added a couple of the minifigs that were missing, and I don't remember their names from the movie, but there are two pirates on Barbossa's squad. They're like the bumbling doofuses, one tall, one short. And they're very like iconic characters. Like I just their names are just never like prominently mentioned. But they're in a lot of the movies, and they're very memorable. And they're not in this. We got Barbossa. He's the only bad guy. All the other ones are technically the good pirates, right? So he's the only bad guy in the whole set. So it kind of feels like imbalanced a little bit on the minifig side because of it. And you could have really sweetened the pot, kind of like what they did with the Shire, where we got a Smeagol and Deagle set, right? Where it added a couple of the characters that they couldn't fit into this set, into the Shire set, and they added it as a gift with purchase to sweeten the pot. But this is the second gift with purchase now, almost in a row, that being the Simpsons living room, where they omitted some characters out of the main set and didn't add them into the gift with purchase. And it feels strange that they're not around at all. And it's going to feel the same way with this, I believe anyway. So yeah, the Jack's compass is a kind of a throwaway gift with purchase for me, which says you don't need to get it day one. And the reason you may hold back on getting it day one is that price. That price is a head scratcher. $380 for 2,862 pieces. An absolute head scratcher. $380 for this set. I know that Disney has a tax. I know that Marvel has a tax, Star Wars has a tax, all this stuff. Lego lately has been absolutely getting destroyed by social media, by their own Lego ambassadors during their review processes in their videos on their price. Absolutely getting annihilated. And I'll give it to those Lego ambassadors. They do it in the nicest possible way. Like I said it last week. Like, they're saying things like, if I had to buy this with my own money, I wouldn't. At this price, it's a little expensive. Like, they're saying it nicely, but they're still saying it. And you had a bunch of the Star Wars sets come out in August, made no sense price-wise. And now, we get hit with the Wonka set at where it is. I never thought out of the September sets. I looked at Arkham Asylum and I was like, man, this set makes no sense price-wise. I never thought something would trump that Arkham set and its price in September. And the Black Pearl, I'm sorry, Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship shows up and said, hold my adult beverage. I got you by $80. They have lost their minds. Absolutely lost their minds. I'm looking at sets. I compared this to this week when it was dropped. I compared this to the Beauty and the Beast Castle, which also came out this year, which also has a Disney license. The Beauty and the Beast Castle has more pieces and is $100 less.
I wonder if any part of this was like Lego looking at how much the Black Pearl goes for on a secondary market and said, all right, well, it goes for $400 right now. What if we made a bigger one and made it $380? I don't know. I've never heard of them ever doing that. I feel like that could be like an interesting way to get to kind of a price because, obviously a $400 Black Pearl with just a play set from 14 years ago, you can't really judge it, right? And then there's the inflation, the tariffs, blah, 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 blah. So maybe that was part of it. I think they're going to do this, and I think they're going to do the Queen Anne's Revenge, kind of like what they did before, and that's where you're going to get, more of those bad guys, and then maybe Davy Jones, whether or not it makes sense, I don't know. I don't know who loves Pirates of the Caribbean as a Lego fan that much to pay $380 for it in 2025, and we don't have a confirmation of a new movie. So this seems like it's coming out of nowhere. I think it's definitely overdue, because the last pirate ship we got from Pirates of the Caribbean, probably my least favorite Lego build of all time, which was that, the Ghost ship from the final movie they had. Such a bad build. It's awful. It's gross. It's gross looking. It's a gross build. The only cool thing is the zombie sharks in it. So, I mean, you kind of have to have a Pirates of the Caribbean ship of some kind. I don't know. You could have done infinite other things, but I actually think the compass, it being Jack Sparrow's compass, is a cool gift with purchase. But not going to make me want to buy it. I'm not buying this.
We literally just got something similar to that as a insider release that we bought. Like it's very close. Like it obviously is styled after the movie version, but it is very close to something that we just recently. I don't think I have it sitting around here. It's something that we just got recently. I don't know where it came. It came out, I believe, around the Endurance, when the Endurance was released. Like it wasn't that gift with purchase, because that gift with purchase was great. That the Shackleton boat and everything, that was great. That was a great GWP. But it came out like around, they kind of like had a little whole ship scenario thing going on. Who buys this at 380? Probably this guy.
Fun.
Probably this guy. You know why? Because it looks great. It looks so good, but I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
Since this podcast began, we've known that you are the problem. And in the time that this podcast started, let me tell you this. This is back in 2023. We started this. It's been a long time. That I got my specific things. You are the problem. And I have become more indifferent on most of the things Lego has come out with, because they're either too expensive, not of my interest, not valuable enough, blah 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 blah. And then you're the one who's like, but it's cool looking, and then it happens, and then you go, and then you're like, actually that kind of blah, 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 blah. And then so this is just we're in the same groundhog, or groundhogging it. Right here with this one here.
We're groundhogging it. Yeah, we keep it rolling. Like I said, yes. I'm not going to get this, but I want this, and it's one of those things. Again, at the price, it would be literally be one of those purchases that if I had to make it, it would be like, I'm not looking at the cash register. I'm not looking at my receipt. Just take my credit card, and just put it in the bag. That's all I want. I don't want to know how much it is. Don't tell me how much it is. I don't. But like, come on. I mean, this thing is like, it's coming. It's literally coming out the day before my birthday. Like, come on. This is Lego saying like, hey, Zachary, you needed this. You needed this Pirates of the Caribbean. You're such a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. You love the ride. You blah, 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 blah. Like, you need.
This has nothing to do with the ride. Don't even play. By the way, just to circle it back for a second, the theme of Brick Slopes was pirates. And I should have sent you a picture. I think I have a video. I saw a mock that a guy made of the skull and crossbones at the entrance before you do the drop, where it says like dead men tell no tale, and the mouth moves and the eyes light up and everything, and it's the brick along with the skull. I'm like, this is the coolest thing.
That's cool.
And as you walk up to it, it's motion activated, so it actually says some lines and stuff. But this has nothing to do with any of that.
That's cool. I mean, that is definitely I know you say it doesn't have anything to do with the ride. You're wrong. It does. It's like literally they've put Barbossa in the ride. They've obviously Captain Jack Sparrow's in the ride. Like, these characters are in the ride. So
they put that in after.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's part of it now. They changed a lot of stuff on that ride after.
You know what the GWP should have been is the guys trapped in the cell with the dog. I want.
That'd be great.
I want stuff like that. Just like I want the butterbeer cart with Hogsmeade as a gift with purchase, and they're too cowardly. They're never gonna do it. But that's what I want. I want like fourth wall breaking stuff like that. I want the Hogsmeade GWP to be the butterbeer cart with the dude dressed up, but it has the name tag, and then it's two regular people, but it's branded Lego Harry Potter. That's what I want, and I'll never get it.
Just like you'll never get your Peach's Castle.
Yep.
They need to do the next this. I want this to sell well, because I want the Flying Dutchman to happen, and then I want that GWP to just be a jar of dirt.
I mean, it's probably sitting on somebody's desk in Denmark right now. It's just that and Queen Anne's Revenge. All three of them.
But this is just added to a Like there are smaller sets coming out in September, which are good. Like I still think the Wally and Eve set is one of the best price sets coming out maybe this year. Like that's a great set. That's a day one. That's a no brainer. But think about it. On top of this $380 set, we also have the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory set at $220, Arkham Asylum at $300, and Hogsmeade, which you just mentioned, at $400. Hogsmeade is $400. This is insanity. And there's enough people like me out there that will pay it. That will absolutely pay it. And that is why Lego continues to post double-digit revenue and net profit growth in the first half of 2025. What are we doing?
What are you doing?
What am I all doing? What am I doing? What are we listen. Most of the people listening, the 5 people listening to this podcast, they all do it too, okay? They're all doing it too. This is absolutely bananas. The amount of sets that they've dropped is crazy, and the amount of high price sets they've dropped is getting out of hand. Now, here's my question. Does a Pearl, does a Hogsmeade at some of these crazy prices that we're currently seeing, right, that are scheduled for release right now, is there anywhere at all in the world that this is due to the high tariff situation that they knew was coming? That's basically officially taking effect right now, right? As of like right now, taking effect. Are they playing that game like we know that we can't start charging a crazy amount for shipping, so we're raising our prices even a little bit more to cover what it's going to cost to get it into the States?
Man, I'm not an economist. I have no idea. I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. No idea.
I'm trying to, basically what I'm trying to do is give them an out. I'm trying to give them a reason as to why that we continue to see basically, you know, from starting with some of these Star Wars sets, why we continue to see some of these prices just go absolutely bananas that make absolutely no sense. And they're just doubling down on all of this. And this is leading up to an October where we're going to get our first $1,000 USD. Like you can't go into that. I don't feel like they're going to. I don't feel like it's a smart PR move to go into that set when you're being beat up time and time again over high price sets for the value that you're actually getting. I'm not talking about piece counts. They're padding piece counts. We know they're padding piece counts. We've seen it. We've got examples of it. We've got, we know they're padding piece counts. But they're going into this next month getting a set that, due to leaked imagery, people are looking at going, okay, that doesn't look like that should be. First of all, it doesn't look like it's 9,000 pieces. Second of all, it doesn't look like it should be $1,000. By the way, I threw this out here. Call me crazy. You're going to call me crazy. I know I'm crazy. There was a rumor back when this set was started to be talked about, that this set was going to come. It was so large because of the 9,000 piece count and the size of the pieces that you're getting and stuff like that. It was going to come in 2 boxes.
No, never.
You don't think that there is a chance that leaked image was just one of the 2 boxes, and there's a whole other side to that diorama thing?
You are beyond delusional. That is the greatest finagling of justification for a multi-billion-dollar corporation I may have ever heard in my life. Ever. And let me deconstruct it, because we gotta kill time. All these are talking about how, we got all these rooms in the Death Star. They look so small. And they added Darth Vader's isolation chamber. It's not even on the Death Star. It's on the Star Destroyer. If they had, if you had more room to add more stuff, why not make the other rooms bigger? Why do they need to pad it out with that? How would you communicate that marketing wise? You can't have two separate boxes on. You are doubling every single thing. It's going to be a ginormous, it's going to be huge. It's going to be like, bam, like big, big, big. You can't make it two separate boxes. There is no other half. There's no reality, zero reality. What else would you add to that other side that they don't already have on that front at small of a scale? What do? I don't know. Nothing. That is the Death Star. That is it. This is a reality you live in. It is a slice with a bottom half on it that is $1,000 US worth of gray plastic that the majority of people are going to get. It's going to be under their Christmas tree, and that double-digit number is going to keep going up so long as people keep paying it. And I know I've gotten significantly less because I'm like, I got to focus on other stuff. I am doing this. So I don't know. I don't know how you, I don't know. And I was just kind of running the situation in my head. You know, the people that are Lego Star Wars fans, you're either going to stop being a Lego Star Wars fan entirely, or you're just going to keep paying this stuff because it's cool stuff. It's printed. It's, you know, it's complex. It's a cool hobby. It's a great thing, but you have to get out of the entire ecosystem before you're like, yeah, I'm done. And the purity of it being Lego means you're not getting something else, even the Mattel Brick Shop stuff, right? It's cool, but it's not Lego Star Wars. So you're just going to keep being in it until you're like, and you give up on the thing entirely. So this is going to keep happening no matter what. Vote with your wallet all you want. It's going to keep happening.
How do we keep it from happening? Like how do we I know, but how do we talk people in to stop buying it? How does that happen? How do we get people to stop pursuing these crazy these astronomical numbers?
One of the top things that I've pivoted on in the past 2 years, you know, I used to say I'm going to collect all of like Lego Harry Potter. Right. And this was before Mario, where I really think Mario really changed everything for me, ironically enough, because once that came out and it was such a close passion of mine, Mario, Nintendo and all that, it made everything else dwarf my level of interest. And I think what Lego will be doing is releasing things that are of different interests in Lego form. So you could get Power Rangers, or you could get a Voltron, like there's other stuff that's coming out, right? So for the people that are diehard Pirates of the Caribbean fans, they might, but I think they're going to buy less of the other stuff and just focus on the pirate stuff. And while it's out, you're going to get it, and then you'll go away. And then when the new pirate thing comes back, boom, you're going to get that, and then you go away again. I think it's going to attach more to the specific interest in the same way that a lot of social media is interest-based media instead of being necessarily following a specific channel or what other stuff is happening, right? Like if you end up liking a bunch of stuff about water bottles, then you might find a whole bunch of new water bottle influencers, right? That is the train of thought I feel like it could go toward, because if you are a Lego fan, you will be spending endless thousands of dollars trying to keep up. And that was in 2022, let alone how it is right now and how it's going to be in the future. You need to focus on the mock you're building, the few things you're interested in, the one thing you're interested in, the one character you're interested in. It's the Funko Pop problem. And you know what the issue is with Funko Pops now? They're sitting in a landfill. So you really got to choose which things you don't like, stick to your guns, and don't get caught up in the newest and latest and greatest thing, because all that stuff is going to end up in a landfill when you're kaputty anyway. So just saying. Throwing it out there. That's what you have to do. That's how that number changes. That's how Lego pivots. Until then, it's not going to change.
Some of the most popular themes that they're quoting by mid-year here are Lego City. None of these are surprising to me. I'm assuming they're not surprising to you. Lego City. I mean, it's still a highly sought-after theme. People buy it for their own city purposes and things like that. And really, the city stuff isn't cheap. Like, Lego itself has never been cheap, right? But the city stuff especially is always kind of a little more expensive than you think. Like, it's not the pretty black box, like with that high contrast, whatever imagery on it looks like for kids, but it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. Yeah. Lego Technic, also one of the most expensive sets, themes that you can buy. The Lego Botanicals is on their list. Lego Botanicals, once again, I look at it and I have a hard, like, there are some of the most overpriced sets that Lego has out there. Like, yeah, they have like a good price per piece ratio, but these pieces are tiny. They're single dots or whatever, or studs, and this like little stems. There's a lot of them because of the repetition that you need, but they're not cheap. Botanicals are not cheap. Icons is such a big melting pot of sets now, but that, like, literally the big sets, the $200 plus sets typically fall under that Icons theme, right? Oh, and then there's Star Wars. Of course, there's Star Wars. Have we hit a breaking point because of Star Wars in August, especially in August, where fans might have, at least on the surface in August, might have started to rebel a little bit against the idea of the pricing of some of the Star Wars sets? And now we get into September, and this is some of the sets that were being hit with: the Hogsmeade price, the Black Pearl price, the Wonka price, the Arkham price. And then we get into October with $1,000, right? Not to mention what we're going to see in November. Do you think this is the breaking point year? Do you think this is when people finally tighten their belts and say, we've got a few other things out there like a Mattel Brick Shop that we can maybe dive into if we want to feel that plastic build quality or whatever? There's other alternative, but you go search Lego on Amazon, you're going to find a lot of alternative bricks that pop up on Amazon, not Lego. Like, you'll find Lego, but like, you're going to find a lot of alternative bricks. And if you just start looking at the prices, you may start to pivot a little bit. Could we have eventually hit the breaking point this year?
Not with hardcore Lego fans, no, because a lot of them are pure about what they are interested in, and that's that. And as much as you want to promote Hot Wheels, Mattel Brick Shop, and promote Hot Wheels, and you're promoting Hot Wheels, and you're promoting Hot Wheels, it's not Batman. It's not Marvel. It's not Star Wars. It's not Disney. It's not Mario.
Mm-hmm.
You need something else. So,
it's not Pokemon.
It's not Pokemon. If you think it's bad, if you think it's bad now, batten down the hatches. Batten down you. I think that one of my greatest takes that I think is severely underappreciated that I've had on this show is the underestimation of Pokemon and what it will do for Lego and what it will do to this fandom and what it will do to the website. You people have zero clue what is coming. You have no clue what is about to happen, and I can't wait.
It's going to be interesting, right? Because you've had some pretty severe fandoms. F1 this year, right? I weren't sure exactly where that was going to go, and it's been okay. Like, it was a big push to start the season of F1, like a lot of, activations that they had at different races and stuff, but that seems to have died off a little bit. We haven't really seen any sets, like, since that initial wave. Nike is whatever Nike's going on there. I'm not even sure what's happening with Nike right now. But yeah, this next fandom that could spawn multiple sets. This could be a very interesting. Next year could be a very interesting year for Lego, and it's probably good, probably smart business maneuver that they have Pokemon waiting in the wings for 2026 after finishing 2025, looking at the backlash they're getting with prices. Because they're going to walk into 2026 going, yeah, we know our prices haven't been the best. We're sorry about that. Here's Pokemon. And people are going to go, oh, all is forgiven. This is fine.
Just you wait.
Mattel Brick Shop who?
Just you wait.
It's gonna be wild. No, I'm not going to get the Black Pearl. Yes, I'm going to get the Black Pearl. I don't know when I'm going to get the Black Pearl. We'll see if I get the Black Pearl. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think that set is going to be absolutely lovely. I think it's going to be a fantastic build. I think it's very interesting. I love my ships. I love them. Absolutely love them. The Endurance is great. The Titanic is great. You know, yeah. I want that. I want that pirate ship mounted on a wall. Like I just do. But does it make financial sense or logistic sense to have it right now? That compass is not doing it for me to push me out day one. It's just not. And that's a bummer. If that had those two minifigs that I was talking about, then I could start, making a case for like needing to get it right away. But since it doesn't, there's a lot of other stuff coming out in September. There's a lot of stuff behind it in October. And by the way, we haven't even started thinking about yet. We're in the back half of the year. There are sets retiring at the end of this year that if you have not gotten your hands on yet and you need to or you want to, you got to start thinking and saving those funds for that December month, that November, December month, when those retiring sets are going to start falling off the map. The Bugle's currently sold out on lego.com. I don't see that being, restocked on the website before the end of the year, and it was supposed to retire at the end of the year, so we'll see. A couple other sets are like that right now, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, my wife's already like, we're good, but that's okay because we're gonna be getting the Death Star. We're gonna be getting the Death Slice in October. So there's I'm a big part of the problem, Brian. Thank you so much for being with us today for Z&B Live, your unfiltered Lego podcast. Brian, thank you so much for absolutely everything you do and everything that you are. To all of our Twitch chat here live with us, thank you for being here. Catch us on the next episode. It'll be done every time we're live. It'll be Thursday at 5 p.m. That's all I can say. Every time we're live, it'll be Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You can catch us on the replay over on YouTube or catch us on all the podcast formats like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you can absorb your podcast. Leave a comment and like if you're over on YouTube. And if you're live with us here on Twitch, stick around for the post show. Until next time, everybody, we will catch you soon. Bye!